In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Happy New Year! Well, here we go again. January 1st, 2022. Everybody has great expectations of how wonderful this year is going to be. How about you? Are you looking forward to 2022? Do you remember how back in 2020, everybody said it was such a terrible year and I can't wait for 2021. It's going to be so much better. Do you think people are happy about how it turned out? Or are people pretty much disappointed? Oh, as I look at the world around me, I see the United States government's ratings going down, down, down. I see everybody hoping for another stimulus check. The world has the Omicron variant now on COVID. 2022 can be different for you. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by God Himself speaking to us out of His Word. That's what we're going to do in 2022. I've posted what we'll read in January. We'll start in Genesis and then read John, and we'll bounce back and forth from the Old Testament to the New Testament like that. I haven't given you a whole reading plan. Have you ever said, I'm going to read through the Bible in a year, and you got a whole reading plan, and then you miss 2 or 3 days, and you go, oh my goodness, this thing's just too big. There's no way I can do it. And so you give it up. Well, basically, I'm going to give you today's reading, and I'll give you tomorrow's reading each day, because I don't want you feeling like, oh, I'm so far behind, I could never catch up. Don't worry about catching up. Get a hold of today's word, because it's all good. It's one day at a time. Cheryl and I like to mountain climb. And there have been many times that we've looked at the mountain and we've seen the challenge ahead. And it's like, how can we possibly do that? And the answer is you take one step and then you take one more and then you take one more. Well, that's how we're going to read through the Bible. It looks like a big book, but it's not if you'll just read today's reading and then tomorrow read tomorrow's reading. And before you know it, you've read the whole thing. Well, today I want to give you a taste. In Genesis 1, don't miss the fact that we were created in the image of God. Don't miss the fact that God, every day, what He created, He was excited about it. And He said, and it was good. But after man was created, He said, behold, it is very good. See, we are the crowning jewel of His creation. And so see that as you're reading chapter 1 of Genesis. Each day it's going to be difficult for me to pull out just 1 or 2 things to point out. But I'm going to endeavor for the Lord to show me what He wants for me to share. And what I believe He wants you to see out of Genesis chapter 1 today. He's starting in verse 5. God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening and there was morning one day. And then we see it again in verse 8. God called the expanse heaven, and there was evening, and there was morning the second day. And it's again in verse 13, there was evening, and there was morning a third day. And again in verse 19, there was evening, and there was morning the fourth day. And it was the same for the fifth day and the sixth day. And here's what I want you to see. He said it was evening, and it was morning, and that made up a day. See, we tend to have it backwards. We go morning and evening, and that makes up a day. We give it all we've got in the morning, and we're tired at night, and so we veg out at nighttime. We watch the evening news that tells us everything that the enemy has been doing in the world today. We watch sitcoms that have a humor that is all contrary to God and contrary to the things of God. So we go to bed totally unprepared. It says in Psalm 127 that God gives to His beloved even in their sleep. So my encouragement to you today out of Genesis 1 is don't waste your evenings. Give your evenings to the Lord and let Him use the evening to prepare you for the morning. He knows what's coming up for you, and so let Him prepare you. God has something else for you in chapters 2 and 3 tomorrow. and make the commitment. My 2022 will be way different than 2021. I'm going to walk with the Lord every day. Walk in the riches of God's kingdom. Let's walk together. God bless you as you step into this rich new year. I'll see you tomorrow.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus.